A very good morning to you. It's a Friday. Thank you so much for always choosing UBC TV. Welcome back from the NRM primaries to the NRM supporters. And I hope, in fact, Robert is going to tell us the list of the winners. But for now, let's tell you that police have confirmed 2 deaths in the NRM primaries and at least 90 suspects arrested in connection to different electoral violence. The Security General Overview reports a peaceful process, and police did report a general peaceful overview of the NRM primaries electoral process with minimal cases on security concerns. In the isolated incidents, security registered 2 deaths during the election process, one in Kamuli and another in Zombo. In Dokolo District, police intercepted a taxi carrying people believed for having been ferried to disrupt elections in Dokolo West. And other security concerns registered by police include random shooting in Nakaseke District, which injured several, and interception of a man carrying a grenade in Isinjiro. The preliminary security report indicates at least 90 suspects arrested, while other investigations are still ongoing. Indeed, welcome back from yesterday. And yesterday's results, obviously, the effect still goes on throughout the whole weekend. But my name is Julie Nantaba Musisi, and I am with Robert Kirabo-Nyonyintono, who's going to give us a list of those who won in the primaries from yesterday. Good morning, Robert.
Oh, a lovely morning to you, Julie, and of course our viewer. Thank you very much for waking up with us. To the NRM fraternity, we just want to congratulate you upon what I can term as successful NRM primaries. Why am I calling them successful? We were looking at 519 constituencies, Julie. 519 constituencies.
Right.
Now, we are looking at 72,000 villages. We're having elections.
Right.
The constituencies are 519. The villages are 72,000 villages where each elections are to be conducted. We are looking at 2,777 candidates, people who did contest at various levels. Now, why not say it was a success? Much as there were loss of lives, much as there were some uncertainties, I want to congratulate the chairman of the party, the Secretary General, who did a tremendous job to ensure that the elections go as they went, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, because this was the man manning and running the entire thing.
Right.
Yes, some were late delivery of items, shockingly in Nakawa and other places, but by and large, it was a success. Now, there are some winners, outstanding winners, that I would want to talk about.
Right.
One, the Prime Minister of Uganda. Just imagine if you're the Prime Minister and you lost. Now, the Prime Minister, the woman MP for Kakumiro,
Yes.
that is the Right Honorable Robin Nabanja, won with a landslide victory. So she's now the NRM flag bearer for that seat. Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga, Mama Busoga, bounced back, won that seat. She's the flag bearer. Come to Kabuye Chofato Gabye. Now this is Nakaseke Central, Minister of State for Kampala. He won, and this is a new entrant. Now talk about
General Moses Ali.
Matia Kasaija.
Right.
He reclaimed, he won the seat. Talk about Jim Muhwezi. He won the seat. Chris Bariomusi, our minister, won, retained his seat. We have Anderson Burora. Now that is Nakawa. Won the seat. We have here Annette Nabirie took on Minister Esther Mbayo for Luka. So she won the minister. Now I have Sise Namuju. If you remember Sise Namuju, she was in this corruption case.
Yes, I
remember
her.
the human rights, how they solicited a bribe. She won the NRM flag. Michael Mawanda, also who was in the same,
yes,
won the NRM flag. We have Haji Muyanja Mbabali. Now, this man has strived so much to be a member of parliament. He defeated, that is Twaha Kagabo. Twaha Kagabo was in National Unity Platform. If you remember, he just close to the NRM party.
Yes, true.
Now, he didn't get the flag. We have Rosie Chirabira. Those that remember, she was the RCC Kampala, then taken to Entebbe. Now Rose Chirabira took on women that is for Wachiso district. She's the flag bearer. We have Crispus Chiyonga, Bukonzo East. Then we have Lydia Wanyoto, Mbale City. She takes it. We have, she defeated Kone Nancha Galiwango. Now these have also had their time. Who takes on?
Indeed.
And then we have Amina Rukanga for Kampala district. Frederick Ruhindi for Nakawa. I remember he lost the other time, but he's
Now
back
he
again.
came back, yes.
Now, Anderson Burura will tussle it automatically with Joel Senyonyi. That is the leader of opposition. Anderson Burura was the RCC there for Nakawa. So the list, of course, we can't read out all of them in the interest of time for now, but those are some of the highlights. Frank Tumwebaze.
I wonder how Anthony Akol performed, because he crossed from FDC to the NRM.
Well, I'm going to be checking my list.
Right.
And I think by closure of the day, I'll be telling how Anthony Akol. I'm still waiting for Rengo. Brigadier Rashan, General Brigadier Rashande for Remiyaga, that is in Zimbabwe, and Throjo Sechikubo, to see who took that day.
Yes.
Because there is still, I'm waiting for the district, NRM district chairperson who works as a returning officer or the registrar to give us what exactly transpired. I think it is not yet all that. But of course, we'll keep
the deputy speaker of parliament also
one there.
Yes.
So we have a number of ministers have managed to bounce back, but my friend Moriku Kaduchu couldn't make it.
Oh dear.
So I have some that I feel they are not making. Oh, Amelia Chambade.
Oh yes, she's coming back.
She's back.
Yes.
And there it is fire, I must say.
It is.
Because we are going to enjoy. There are some areas where we are going to enjoy the campaigns. In that, those that once lost and have made it again. Never joke with such a person who has been able to. He or she was once a representative. She lost. Now she comes back and wins the NRM flag. Now, it means in the general elections, such a person may have high chances of defeating the person in that particular position. But also the question is, I saw Hudu Hussein, who was defeated. Are some of the people who have been defeated, are they going to comply and support? Because usually this is what happens. Someone loses, then tells their supporters, let me use a Uganda that is commonly said, abawagizi bange nababulira ekiddako. Now instead of automatically saying, meaning that my supporters, I'm going to tell you what our next move is. Instead of automatically saying, let's support the other person. Some will turn as independents, others ignorantly or intentionally or not having the heart of the party, choose to support the opponent of the person who has defeated them.
Right, let's move on to other stories that have been making quite the inferno on the streets of Uganda. Buganda Kingdom, now Buganda Kingdom went to its ex-post and released an official statement, and why they did release it is because first and foremost, the government of Uganda did, donated cars to cultural leaders. And word on the streets of Ugandans, that Ugandan netizens, was that Buganda cultural leaders, the Buganda cultural leader refused this donation. However, Buganda took to its social media, the X handle, and put up an official statement which reads, ku nsonga z'emmotoka ezagabiddwa gavumenti eri abakulembeze b'ennono, obwakabaka bwa Buganda tebuweebwanga mmotoka yonna wadde ssente ezigula emmotoka, era tebumanyisibwanga ku nteekateeka yonna eya gavumenti ekwata ku kugaba emmotoka, which loosely translates that the Buganda Kingdom was never informed officially of government's plan to donate vehicles to cultural leaders, and never received any vehicles or even money to buy a vehicle as a donation from the government. So there was a lot.
Telling the truth, because actually I followed the stories.
Yes.
And I saw the permanent secretary of Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development. If I'm right, that is Agre Kabenge. Rightly on camera saying that they reached out to Uganda, and Uganda clearly stated that for them, they never wanted a car. It is within their cultural norms and all that, so that they had opted for something else,
Yes.
meaning money. Now, I can't believe that a person at the level of a permanent secretary knowing we are in the times of camera, electric, print media, that can make such a grave mistake if at all they never contacted Uganda. But also we know very well that some cultural norms, yes, one would say Uganda, there's even a clan that's in charge of transporting the Kabaka. So we wait and see, but otherwise this is not a very good story to have.
It's not.
not.
The fact that it has a lot of contradictions in
Yeah,
there.
it would be very clear. If they opted for money, that would be okay to say, like it was alleged, that yes, we rejected the car, but opted for money because we have other programs that we are doing as a kingdom, and we feel that money can be used, because that is what the PS was saying. That money can be used to extend other projects that the kingdom is running, rather than buying a car. And for His Majesty, the King of Uganda, maybe they thought it giving him. I saw the Chabazinga who was present.
Yes.
Maybe him coming, receiving. You know, our different cultures. We have different cultures, and our cultural norms differ, and how we and our leaders, what the settings. So it may not look that very good, maybe for the King of Uganda to come, be seen, to pick a car, but may be okay with the King of Busoga. But we need to come to the bottom of this.
Interesting. Now, moving on to a lighter note, there is a story on social media of African presidents and their nicknames. Now, one thing for sure, it's almost like a rite of passage for every African president to receive a nickname, whether they want it or not. And on the list there starts Ramaphosa in there. Cyril Ramaphosa is known as Cupcake. I hope the pictures do come on. But Cyril Ramaphosa was nicknamed by South Africans as Cupcake. And the reason is he earned this nickname after private emails leaked. And in there, they were quite, they could have been, of course, between him and his personal life. But whoever he was addressing him as Cupcake. However, this he denies. But moving on to Nigeria, Nigeria's president, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is known as T-Pain. And you know why he's called T-Pain? Nicknamed T-Pain in a satirical and to the, that is the American rapper, to mean, you know the American rapper called T-Pain. But in particular, Tinubu is called T-Pain, well, first and foremost because of Tinubu, but because of removing fuel subsidies and the Naira sharply devaluing, sending the cost of living soaring high, and thus the name symbolizes the widespread suffering many Nigerians associate with in his administration. And while some of his supporters spun it as temporary pain, thus T-Pain, implying that the reforms will lead to long-term growth, critics that have held firm as hardship to steep a price. Now, let's look at Cameroon. Paul Biya, His Excellency Paul Biya, Cameroon's president, is nicknamed as absentee landlord.
Yeah, that is self-explanatory. Most of the times he's not in the country.
Yes.
It's either for treatment or they don't know why he's even out of the country.
Yes.
But remember, he's coming back.
He's coming back.
For another term.
Been president since 1982. And coming to our neighbors, our brothers in Kenya, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto was nicknamed as Kasongo. Now, President William Ruto's nicknames are layered as, first and foremost, his political identity was Zakayo, referencing to the biblical tax collector Zacchaeus. And then Kasongo was borrowed from a Congolese song, the one that Pastor Bujinga usually sings.
Even here, you have a Pastor Bujinga.
Yeah, who usually sings it on social media. Now, moving on to Tanzania, former President Julius Nyerere, His Excellency Julius Nyerere, his nickname, as very well known, is Mwalimu. And being Tanzania's first president, Julius Nyerere was lovingly called Mwalimu in Swahili to mean a teacher. And Mobutu Sese Seko was nicknamed by his citizens as the leopard. You remember his attire, his clothing, it always had a leopard skin around him. Now, Robert Mugabe was nicknamed as Uncle Bob. Something I always call you. And initially, he was seen as the liberation hero, you know, of his country. And
just like all Roberts.
And fondly called by his citizens Uncle Bob. But later on, the narrative changed, and he was called Uncle Bob the old man. Now, in Uganda, His Excellency Idi Amin was nicknamed as the Butcher of Uganda. That's the nickname.
He loved more so to be called the Field Marshal.
Yes.
One of the toppest. I don't know how many field marshals we have in the world. They are not very many. And in our army, I don't think we have that rank as in UPDF.
No,
Because I think we end at General.
Yes.
But that is one of the toppest ranking. And Idi Amin would love to be, like being referred to as the Field Marshal.
I remember watching the movie on Idi Amin, and the song was, Field Marshal, Conqueror of the British Empire. Now, moving on to Nana Akufo-Addo, that is in Ghana. His nickname is King Promise.
I wonder where it stems from.
Nicknamed King Promise for pledges many say he did not fulfill. And Nana Akufo-Addo was also dubbed the clearing agent for defending officials accused of corruption. Oh, wow. Those are some of the presidents of Africa whose nicknames we managed to get. But one thing for sure, this proves the nature of Africans. Africans are just people with no chills, excited all the time, so extroverted in nature. It's like all of us are born with a sanguine nature personality. No matter what you lean towards, there's always that excitement and extra bit when it comes to Africans.
Well, very interesting. You know, Africans, away from how modernity has come in, usually we are very free people. Very free people, doing things together. Africa was a very peaceful continent.
And communal.
And communal.
We are
so
communal in
we
nature.
had moments of jokes, and Africans were very okay. Leave alone now where everything is attached to the law.
Yes.
You know, you want to do so, there is a law, there is a law, there is a law. This life of law, 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 law. Africa wasn't that much. That now if you nickname a person, we have laws on defamation, laws on, there is anything someone can take you on.
I know. Anyways, and stories of the old habit that civilization started with Africa. I hope we can get back to that history. But let's have a look at what is in the dailies today, Robert.
We begin with the new vision, the NRM primaries. Make it there. Now we have winners and losers. And of course, in the new vision, let's try to look at a few of the winners. They have Jessica Alupo, Katakwi woman district member of parliament. General Moses Ali makes it. That is Ajumani West. Rebecca Kadaga Kamuli, Right Honorable Prime Minister Kakumiro. We have Agnes Achibu Nebi, woman MP. Jen, rich woman MP Kaberamaido. Now I'm trying to look at some of the faces. Abudu Chiyemba, Busiro East. Hey, the man has he's taken the flag. Now also Busiro East. I think he's going to take on Medad Segona if he takes the NUP ticket. These have been arch rivals. Now, these campaigns, may the Lord intervene.
I can see Honorable Vincent Bamulangachi's daughter also is amongst the winners, Justina Mere.
And she won with a very big margin, by the way, though her victory speech also had hints on others. And Amere's victory speech. Yeah. Now, there are quite a number there that have won, so you can get yourself a copy of the new vision. Away from that, we have Isaiah Katumwa, of course, 2 days to go to his concert. The vision also brings you suspects in the 20 billion education ministry fraud named. Who are those? But Uganda is a country where there is money. 20 billion fraud. That's a lot of money. Now let's look at the, we do not have the Daily Monitor, but please take us to the Daily Nation and the Citizen.
Yes, looking at the Daily Nation, the headline there is 6 counties get bulk of 3.7 trillion shillings devolution in cash, and that is a headline there. But also arrest mountain protest plotters, say Ruto allied Mountain Kenya MPs. Also in the Daily Nation, education matters, education, we have Ruku TSC halt execution of report on new hardship areas. And quickly looking at the Citizen, road to prosperity, President Samia Suluhu Hassan describes the launch of Development Vision 2050 as a historic milestone, saying the strategy is a firm foundation for the country's socio-economic transformation in the next 25 years. And Critical thinking crisis in universities prompts AI ethics debate. Also, how online betting is reshaping Tanzania's gambling landscape. In there is a story on payment, logistics, failures hurt Africa's intra-trade growth. Now, quickly looking at what we have in the Uganda Gazette today, and that is as of 18th July 2025. We do have the contents in there, but also the Marriage Act notice, a place of celebration of marriage, and that is the church Christ the Healer Church Wanenga, and it's of born-again denomination. Village is in Wanenga, and the parish is Chiseitaka, and it's in Kapyanga, Country, Uganda, and in the district of Bujiri, and it's under Honorable Norbert Mao, Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. But we also have a notice there of mining and minerals notice, grant of a license for license number EL00578, and has been given to Bright Blue Mining Uganda SMC Limited, PO Box 178945, and at Corner Plaza. That is by Honorable Dr. Ruth Nankabirwa Sentamo, Minister of Energy and Mineral Development. And in there is also a notice of grant of an exploration license granted to Roraima Limited for mining. That is as of 16th day of June, and by Honorable Dr. Ruth Nankabirwa Sentamo, Minister of Energy and Mineral Development. Well, that's it from the dailies. Let's have a short break with some music, and when we get back, we'll be talking about personality traits and IQs, especially in places of work. Good morning.
This is Good Morning Uganda. This is Good Morning Uganda.
Include random shooting in Nakaseke district, which injured several, and interception of a man carrying a grenade in Isinjiro. The preliminary security report indicates at least 90 suspects arrested, while other investigations are still ongoing. Indeed, welcome back from yesterday. And yesterday's results, obviously, the effect still goes on throughout the whole weekend. But my name is Julie Nantaba Musisi, and I am with Robert Kirabo Nyonyitono, who's going to give us a list of those who won in the primaries from yesterday. Good morning, Robert.
Oh, a lovely morning to you, Julie, and of course our viewer. Thank you very much for waking up with us. To the NRM fraternity, we just want to congratulate you upon what I can term as successful NRM primaries. Why am I calling them successful? We were looking at 519 constituencies, Julie. 519 constituencies.
Right.
Now, we are looking at 72,000 villages. We're having elections.
Right.
The constituencies are 519. The villages are 72,000 villages where each elections are to be conducted. We are looking at 2,777 candidates, people who did contest at various levels. Now, why not say it was a success? Much as there were loss of lives, much as there were some uncertainties, I want to congratulate the chairman of the party, the Secretary General, who did a tremendous job to ensure that the elections go as they went, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, because this was the man manning and running the entire thing.
Right.
Yes, some were late delivery of items, shockingly in Nakawa and other places, but by and large, it was a success. Now, there are some winners, outstanding winners, that I would want to talk about.
Right.
One, the Prime Minister of Uganda. Just imagine if you're the Prime Minister and you lost. Now, the Prime Minister, the woman MP for Kakumiro,
Yes.
that is the Right Honorable Robin Anabanja, won with a landslide victory. So she's now the NRM flag bearer for that seat. Rebecca alitwala Kadaga, Mama Busoga. Bounced back, won that seat, she's the flag bearer. Come to Kabuye Chofato Gabye. Now this is Nakaseke Central, Minister of State for Kampala. He won, and this is a new entrant. Now talk about
General Moses Ali.
Matia Kasaija.
Right.
He reclaimed, he won the seat. Talk about Jim Muhwezi. He won the seat. Chris Bariomunsi, our minister, won, retained his seat. We have Anderson Wurora. Now that is Nakawa. Won the seat. We have here Annette Nabirie took on Minister Esther Mbayo for Luka. So she won the minister. Now I have Sise Namuju. If you remember Sise Namuju, she was in this corruption case.
Yes, I remember her.
The human rights, how they solicited a bribe. She won the NRM flag. Michael Mawanda, also who was in the same,
yes,
won the NRM flag. We have
Just inspirational profiles.
Having disability is not inability.
Every Friday 9 p.m. It's one-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
Don't you see anywhere that you would give a credit in the fight against COVID?
My role as the owner of the country is not to, be preoccupied by giving credit to my servant.
We have said that if we are to talk to General Museveni, there must be certain conditions in place.
Is it true that you paid 5 million shillings to MPs that voted for?
Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks, Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100*21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the rider selection campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Juko. Yo. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Uganda, haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda.
Good morning, welcome to the show. If you've just joined us, it's a Friday, and if you've been with us since the start, thank you so much for being on the show. You are watching UBC UBC TV, and the show is Good Morning Uganda. My name is Julie Nantaba Musisi, and as is every Friday, light topics, but still those that inspire you and impact you, cause you to make right and impactful decisions. And today we are looking at personality details and multiple intelligences, that is facets of IQ in places of work. And to do that with us is the expert. He's not new now. He was with us a while back, about I think the Friday before last Friday, and we're still talking about the same issue, and he's back to speak into it. Many of you got in touch and he couldn't answer all the messages or engage your opinions in the limited time that we had, but the conversation is just starting, so you have the window to share your opinion to 0709602592. His name is Dr. Semalulu Charles Cake, and he is the CEO SICK International SICK Solutions International. Good morning, Dr. Semalulu. Thank you so much for coming back and for giving us your time.
Thanks for having me again.
Right.
Yeah.
How have you been since we last?
Very good.
Yes.
Very good.
And looking at different personalities day in, day out.
Yeah, that's what we're supposed to be doing.
Right.
Yes.
Now, we are looking indeed at personality details and, you know, multiple intelligences, the facets of IQ, different IQs in the places of work and how they affect work ultimately. Let's start with how different personality traits influence workplace behavior.
Okay.
And, you know, team dynamics altogether.
Okay. When we talk about personality, it's a little bit hard to get it defined because it's, you know, it has so many layers into it.
Right.
And I choose one of them, by the way, because it's that over, you know, long-term part that describes an individual. But to start, I would love to somehow take it into the academic line because
Yes.
it will, you know, most people get it that way. So one of the scholars that came out and defined personalities was a man called Carl Jung, and defined personalities online with what we call the 5 traits. We call them the 5 personality traits, or some people, the acronym is OCEAN or CANOE. And this says that all human beings, we score a given percentage when it comes to all these 5. So the first one is called openness, the second one is called conscientiousness, the third one is called extraversion, the 5th one is called neuroticism, and the last one is called agreeableness. Now, all of us score. Okay.
Could you help us describe each?
Okay.
Just a short description for us to understand better. What is OCEAN?
Okay. Now, OCEAN is a theory that was discovered by a scholar, like I've told you, it's called Carl Jung, but it defines human beings when it comes to how we relate in a given environment. And these are things that are so much innate in our own beings as human beings. So first, it talked about openness. An open individual, or openness, refers to how you react in a given environment. It refers to how an individual gets into a given environment and they relate. An open individual is a sign of creativity. People who score high, okay, all of us score. There is a score that we have on each of these 5 traits. But our percentage, I mean, our scores can be high or can be low.
Right.
In other words, someone can score high in openness and they score low in extraversion. Someone can score high in neuroticism and they score low in neuroticism. It depends. So if I'm to start with the openness, an open individual is an individual who is very open to an experience. In other words, when they get into a space of work, they don't have to be told what to do. They are creative, they are very social, they can get into an environment and they fit in right away.
Right.
That's the person who scores high in that very trait, which is openness. Whereas an individual scores low in that very trait, when they come into an environment, it's the opposite. They are very, you know, they are very conservative.
Right.
They don't find relationships so easy. And then the second one is what we call conscientiousness. Conscientiousness refers to an ability of an individual, the ability of an individual to create. Someone who scores high in this trait, which is called conscientiousness, they are very creative, they are very orderly, they are very diligent, they are very punctual. And the opposite is the same to someone who scores low in that very trait. And then the third one is agreeableness. If someone scores high in agreeableness in this very trait, this is an individual who finds it so easy to accept whatever has been told to them. And women score more in this trait. They are very submissive, they are very obedient, They so much sacrifice their own goals for the well-being of the others. That's a motherly trait. So women score high in that very trait, agreeableness more than men. So the fourth one would be extraversion.
Right.
Extraversion is a trait that is so much concerned with relationships. An individual finds it so easy to fit into a given environment. They are highly social. And then the last one is neuroticism. That is according to the scholars still. An individual scores high in neuroticism is an individual who is so much prone to negative emotions.
Right.
They so much link it to themselves. They so much relate to
They live in
themselves
their
and they
feelings.
keep. Thank you so much.
Right.
Now, all of us have those traits, but the scores vary. Like I've said, those who score high are very good, and those who score low. So all of us have a given percentage when it comes to that.
For all of them.
For all
that
of
means
them.
we as humans, we tap into each one of
We
them.
tap into each one of them, but the percentage varies. Yes. Now, when it comes to someone who scores high in agreeableness, like I've told you, these are people who find life hard for themselves. Number one, they get hurt easily.
Yes.
They get into their emotions very, they get hurt and they don't find easy to express what they are feeling. They keep it too much to themselves.
Yes.
They so much find it easy to accept what each and every person says. They sacrifice their own beings for the, for the well-being of others.
Right.
And like I've emphasized, it's a trait, it's a motherly trait, because at the end of the day, if you're a mom, you should be in a position to surrender your own being for the well-being of the infants.
Yes.
So that's why I've said in that very trait, women score high in agreeableness. But if you find someone who scores high in conscientiousness, that is an individual who is very diligent, an individual who is very punctual, an individual who is very orderly in terms of experiences. So all these traits operate in spaces of work, and all of us score a given percentage when it comes to them. Yes, please.
It's interesting now that you've expressed and expressly explained the different personality traits.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm now thinking, don't you think we all tap into these, and why they say perhaps women are more agreeable than men, it's because of how society is in the nature of society being heavily patriarchal. It means that for some reason the narratives on women have just wired them to be that, yet in actual sense, if a woman has had an environment where she's allowed to be independent, think independently, have opinions, you might find that perhaps she might not be exactly agreeable, and it might not be the narrative that women, that's just what I've thought about from the explanations you've given.
I like what you've done. Actually, I like what, thank you so much for bringing that up. Now, research has been done.
Right.
One of the most countries that has been so much instrumental in getting this research practical are the Scandinavian countries. Now, they always, actually, when you talk about women emancipation and empowerment and all that, and bringing women into the STEM fields of work, Scandinavian countries have done research for the last 40 years. And guess what? The more they've tried to pitch to make sure that women get close into working spaces, the more women have disoriented themselves away from that. In other words, what you're trying to say is that society brings it up. It's not true. The Scandinavian countries have empowered women beyond measure. Like I will give an example.
Right.
It's very, very, women and men differ in interests. For instance, women are interested in people more. Traditionally, men are interested more in property. Men are so much interested in acquiring cars, acquiring, houses, getting that. Women are so much interested in the relationships that they value with the human beings. Then the other part is women are so much interested even in the fields where they serve people, in education, nursing, and all that. Men are so much interested in operating in spaces like engineering, technology, and all that. Actually, even when you get kids that are so good in math, because an engineer or an architect, someone takes over, people who get into the STEM field, they are people that have that ability in terms of math. Even when a girl or a young female is interested in, they have the ability to do math, they end up somehow shrinking away from that very field. So what you're talking about is true, that society somehow plays a role, but the Scandinavian countries have proved the other one, the other side. Why?
Yes.
They've so much tried to pitch to ensure that that gap is covered,
Yes.
but has not worked for the last 40 years.
That means they raise their daughters with independence, exposing them to all these open environments.
Yes.
I'll use an example still of weddings. For some reason, girls are wired from childhood to look forward to a wedding, and I don't know why. And you find that when a girl now is a woman, she can't have the imagination of having a wedding without wearing a white dress. It's impossible. And I think it's from that wiring from childhood.
Yes.
But anyways, let's come back to the workplace. Be a part of the conversation, 0709-602-592. We are looking at personality traits and multiple intelligences. That is facets of IQ, and that is in particular in places of work. Now, do personality traits, like you've explained them, the ocean, consciousness, being agreeable, extraversion, and neuroticism, do they have personality, do they have frameworks in there? Frameworks that maybe like the MBTI, or frameworks that group people as to how they are wired to work in different places of work, how they apply their work?
Yes. Now, but what you're talking about some other theory that was brought up by Catherine and the daughter.
Right.
Now, for them, there is so much carried out personality studies in a way of getting people, in a way of getting people ready to get into workspaces. That is one of the theories. But to go back to this one that I've just talked about, because it makes more sense.
Yes.
It makes more sense. Now, an agreeable individual works best in a space. They thrive more in an environment where they take orders. That's where they operate most. If you get an agreeable individual and you put them in an environment where they're supposed to supervise others, it's going to become hard for them. To the extent that they even fail to tell what people to do. They can't supervise people.
Right.
Why? Because people are going to get hurt. People are going to get disappointed. They so much respect other people's feelings. They rather get into themselves. They rather get themselves meet the obligation that has been taken, that has been assigned, rather than telling people what to do. So if you are an agreeable individual, if you score high in agreeableness, it is very, very important for someone to position themselves in a space where they take orders. Now, if someone scores high in conscientiousness, this is an individual that we would call a choleric in some other theory. This is an individual who wants to dominate. They are very conscientious, they are very industrious, they are very orderly. If you're in a relationship, if you get into a relationship probably at a place of work, maybe even at home, and you're in a relationship with someone who scores high in conscientiousness, this is the person who's going to come in your house and try to change everything just right away. Because for them, everything looks disorderly. They prefer to work in an environment where everything is set. They always want to be somewhere like on top of everything, and then they're supervising everyone.
Right.
If someone scores high in neuroticism, it's very important for them to get into spaces where there are not so many social demands. That person cannot serve as a good receptionist. Because time comes when they don't want to talk to anyone. Time comes when they don't want to relate.
Yes.
When that person is hurt, they don't know how to deal with their feelings. And actually, women also score more in that very trait. Women score more in agreeableness. They also score more in neuroticism. And that is being prone to negative emotions. You understand? So the idea would be an individual should be looking for a position of, for a space of, an individual should be looking at an environment which is so much inclined to their kind of personalities. And actually, if someone is not placed according to what they can do best, that is the #1 cause of stress in workspaces.
Right.
Like for instance, you get someone who is who scores low in agreeableness. Actually, someone who scores low in agreeableness is an individual who is totally opposite of everything.
Right.
If someone scores more low in agreeableness, is an individual who doesn't want to be told what to do.
Right.
Now, if someone scores high in agreeableness, you're going to put them in a working environment and they're okay with it. And then the other, if someone scores low in agreeableness, that environment is a dead end for them. Yeah. So it's very, very important for people to understand exactly, actually, before even your boss understands you, I think it's better for you to understand yourself, so that you can be positioned in a space that can be very important for you.
So that means that actually even, yes, as a human being, you're supposed to understand yourself, but it looks like even employers, human resource, sort of has to have a background of this, so that as they carry out interview sessions, they are not taking notes of these different personality traits. I think you'd agree with me on that.
Yeah, that's
is there a way you can test yourself to know, to find out all of this, to see where you're strong and where you're weak?
Yeah, we can have a traditional approach. The traditional approach is observation. You observe yourself. If you're critical enough, if you are intentional, you can get to know who you are. Very intentional. 2,
right.
Observation from other people. Ask people, how do I make you feel? Like when I don't step at the place of work, how do you feel? What do you miss about me? People will be in a position to tell you. There are people that can't be missed. Probably that's a person who scores high in conscientiousness.
Yes.
Because whenever they come around, they are going to be telling everyone what to do. And no one will like such a person.
And making everyone feel uncomfortable.
Definitely. So you can observe yourself, you can study who you are, and two, you can ask people to tell you what they feel about you when they get in place of work. However, there are also online sites. One of the biggest sites where you can go and have these tests done freely is called the Truity. Truity. It's a site that where you can go and take a test for free of charge.
Right.
But if you want a detailed one, on that very site, there are options where you can also pay, and they carry it for you.
Interesting.
And give you the results.
Somebody comes through and says, good morning, Julie and our guest. I would request him to distinguish for me between a person with autism and a person with Down syndrome. Do these two relate or totally differ in meaning? This is Cricket Derek Gagamel in Machingi. Do these apply to what we are talking about?
Not really. Now he has gone to what we call the personality disorders. I would refer to him to a book.
Right.
It's one of the standard books that we use when you are talking about that. It's called DSMV, Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for Mental Disorders. But to tell you something about autism and it was autism and Down syndrome.
Yes.
Now, an autistic individual, it means that that person has a lot of metals in their brain.
Okay.
Has a lot of metals in their brain.
Paint
and by
a
the way,
picture for that.
Yes. If someone, and how do we get the metals? We get the metals from the air that we breathe in. We get the metals from the foods that we eat. Most especially that right now that we live in, we are eating most of the inorganic foods. They are processed. These are industrial. They have a lot of chemicals into them. But it means that someone has metals into them. And if a parent has autism, chances are 800% that they will pass it over to their offsprings. Yeah. But to tell you about an autism, we measure autism on a spectrum. People who have autism, they are not the same. It's a spectrum. Like you put them on a line of integers. There is that one who scores at 5, at 1, all that. But briefly, an autistic individual is an individual that has a given part of it's a neurodevelopment disorder, but can be passed over. An autistic individual is an individual whose brain shuts off in given conditions, and it gets active in given conditions.
Right.
Autism is a sign of high creativity. Most of the highly autistic people are highly creative.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Elon Musk is.
He's
Bill Gates
autistic,
is.
yes, yeah.
Why? Because their brain shuts a given period of time. But once they get into a space where their brain lights up, they create so much. Two, they so much want to insert a lot of pain to themselves and to the people around us. They are sadists somehow, somewhere. So it is not too much, it's a personality disorder. Yeah, it's a personality disorder. And then talk about Down syndrome. Down syndrome is a condition that is so much comes out when, in most cases, when women delay to give birth. Yes, when women delay to give birth, probably when a woman gives birth like 35 and above. Yes, there is that chromosome that doesn't come out right. So people who have Down syndrome, they always have all body structures, but they are not operating very well. They have short arms. They always have short arms. Their head at the behind it's very flat, and they have a given height, and their life expectancy does not go, in most cases, beyond 25 years.
Right.
So they are two different. Autism is more of it's more of a mental disorder, and Down syndrome is a little bit general because it affects all body parts.
Right.
Actually, if someone is suffering from Down syndrome, it's very important for us to start treating them a little bit earlier, because the farthest they can go is to learn how to manage themselves, taking themselves to the toilet, learning how to wash their clothes, bathing themselves. That's the farthest they can go. But if you try to put them onto specific mental tasks, like going to school and all that, they can't so much accommodate most of all, because their brain is not fully developed.
Right.
So there are two different disorders. One of them is neurodevelopmental, and then the other affects the entire body. They are not so much related to personality.
Right.
We call them the multi-personality disorders, MPD. Yes, please.
Let's look at how, coming back to work, how bosses can deal with the different multiple, rather personality traits, and how they can avoid clashes.
Yes. the best way to deal with an individual is to place them where they should be. Like I've just said, an extraversion is someone who scores high in extraversion is an individual who will perform well when it comes to spaces like marketing.
Right.
Why? Because they don't fear getting into social gatherings. If you put an individual who scores high in extraversion in a selling position, they are in charge of sales, they're in charge of team building, they're in charge of team leadership, they will so much function well. Why? Because they get so much energized when they get into spaces of so many people. Yes. Then that's the best way.
Yes.
I mean, the best approach should be positioning. Put them in a position where they can operate best. Yes. And then someone who scores highly in conscientiousness will so much perform well in an individual where they are team leaders, where they're overseeing, where they're supervisors, where they're the gatekeepers. They're telling everyone what to do. Yes. And then someone who scores high in neuroticism, these are emotional people.
Right.
You have to somehow place them in cabins where, in most cases, they work by themselves, where they don't have so many social demands, because having so many social demands, it wears them out. They are not so much responsible. I mean, they are not so much wired to respond to so many people. And then if you have someone who scores high in openness, this is an individual whose level of creativity is very, very, very high. However, they are not stable. They can come up with 10 ideas, and they want all of them to work. You understand? Like someone who comes up with so many ideas because they are very creative and they are very, very, very highly gifted. So it should be, actually, they even at some time they fail to work, to come up with anything that works for themselves. In most cases, why? They jump with so many ideas. They jump on this, they jump on that, they jump on this. So they are oriented in a space. Okay, you need to get them oriented in a space where you allow them to focus. You give them resources to focus on a given what. Now that's an individual who will work here, they go somewhere else, because they get bored very easily. Yeah, once they get into a routine, they get bored very easily.
Now let's look at how still employers can now help regulate each of these personality traits. To balance, to check them, because each can get to the extreme.
Yes.
Yes. So, for example, the one you've talked about, the one who's ocean, who's all over the place.
Openness. Yes.
Openness. They're always creating, always thinking, always. How best can an employer actually curb them and reserve them, but at the end of the day, pick the best out of them?
Yes. An individual scores high in openness. Number one, you have to be aware. That's the most important part. You have to be aware that that's how they operate. After getting to know that they score high in openness, and this is a creativity, someone who scores high in their creativity, after getting to know that, number one, give them tasks, continuous tasks. Like you just can't come and tell them what to do, something that you told them last week. They'll get bored. Make sure that there is a specific task that you give them on a daily. Yes.
Does that mean you have to give them timelines?
You have to give them timelines.
Timelines to
and
complete.
Be very, very specific on something that you've told them to do. Yes. You have to give them time. You have to give them timelines. Two, you give them a supervisor that understands them. That's very important. Why? Because you can assign a given responsibility to them. The moment you walk away, something else comes up in their mind. And you are like, come on, I told you to get this done. That's how they operate. Yes. So give them an assignment and give them a specific period of time. That please, and how do you get that? Get someone who scores high in conscientiousness.
Oh, okay.
Yes, get someone who scores high in conscientiousness. Yes. Because that individual is going to be like, man, this is what you're supposed to do. Don't tell us about that. We are only focusing on this project.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, we have resources for such and such a task. Let's make sure that this gets done. After getting that done, you give them something else. And they want also to be rewarded. Yes, they want to be rewarded. They want to be recognized for their creativity. Yes, please.
It's very interesting because now I'm thinking of all those moments. I thought that when you probably give an assignment to someone, oh, I need this and this and this, and that's it. They'll be like, I'm on it. But in probably a space of an interaction with one or two people, they've already forgotten.
Definitely.
So that makes a lot of sense. I thought it was just...
Maybe I'll say more about it.
Yes.
There is some other theory. I think we talked about it last time, where we talked about the choleric, the sanguine, the phlegmatic, and the melancholy. I can also bring it in to somewhat relate. Now, this theory talks about 4 personality traits. They talk about a sanguine. A sanguine is a social person. They want to be social. They meet someone, they'll just start talking about themselves as if they met them 10 years ago. They don't have secrets. Okay, they don't meet a stranger. Everything becomes a friend by just saying hi. You get to know about them.
Yes.
Then a choleric would be the same person who scores high in conscientiousness, like we talked about. They are go-getters, they are goal-oriented, they are dialectors, they want to dominate. And then you have what you call a phlegmatic. A phlegmatic would be someone who scores high in neuroticism. This is an individual who will be like this. They are very concerned, they are very conscious, they are too much into themselves, they feel a lot, but they are highly, highly observational. Like they observe. Very, very, like they take a lot of time to observe.
Yes.
And then there's what we call a melancholy. A melancholy is a perfectionist. Now, you give them an assignment and you give them a deadline. They won't meet it.
Yes.
Because they don't take orders from you. You tell them something, they don't want to get it done, not when they've planned the way to get it done. Okay, you tell them, you give them an assignment that I want this by 10. They won't be ready by 10. Not because they are stubborn, but because how they process the instructions. It's not the way most people do.
Yes.
And by the way, if you give them time to do things by their own terms, they'll have the best results.
That's true.
Yes, but the problem comes in that when we are go-getters, right? We don't give such people spaces.
Yes.
And most of the highly, highly creative people, they so much score high in that very trait. Most of them, they are melancholics. And most of the creatives, I'm talking about artists, photographers, videographers, audio producers, video producers, they take a lot of time by themselves.
Yes.
And they want to have the results that are so much perfected. Now, if you give them deadlines, they'll first of all get stressed, and they'll give you shadow work.
Let me paint an example so that you tell me this personality trait. And before I even give you the example, melancholies, now where do they fall? Are they the agreeable? Are they the neuroticism? Where do they fall here?
Okay, now we have two theories.
Yes.
We're talking about two theories.
Yes.
So the melancholy and the phlegmatics, those will be introverts.
Yes.
People who so much feel. And they create their own inner world and they paint it out.
Right.
Actually, that's the highest that's one of the highest traits that musicians have. A musician, someone who's so gifted,
creatives, yes.
They go through a given situation, probably maybe a breakup. They think about whatever they've gone through and they paint it down and they put melodies to it. They go to the producer, it becomes a song. Those are poets. Those are most of the authors. They write about what they've experienced themselves. So a melancholy, by that theory, and the phlegmatic, these are individuals who score so high in introversion. They are so much into themselves. Why? Because whatever they feel, whatever they relate to, they so much think about it more from their own experiences.
Right.
And then extroverts, in this case, would be a choleric. A choleric is an individual who wants to show each and everyone that they are the bosses. And trust me, you can't beat them because they are good at that. They are wired to fight. They are wired to dominate. They are wired to lead. They are wired to give commands, not to take commands. Is an extrovert. They want to have so many people, but when they are leading. However, a sanguine also is an extrovert, someone who scores high in extroversion. Is someone who wants to have so many people, but when everyone is quiet and they are
the ones talking.
They're the ones talking.
Who have the stage.
Definitely. So you have a choleric and a sanguine who score high in extroversion, like they are social people. But each and every person has a target for that kind of social interaction. A choleric wants to order. A choleric wants to dominate. A sanguine wants to make everyone laugh and happy. They want to have vibe. Have you ever gone to a party and you were like, I wish Julie was here? Because once Julie is around, the party is going to turn into some other party.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a sanguine. So a sanguine and a choleric would be people that will score high in extroversion. And then a phlegmatic and a melancholic, they are so much into themselves. But there is something that varies. An a phlegmatic will go so much into themselves for peace. They are peace lovers. They are very pacific. They can't get into battles. They don't want to have conversations with other people.
Yes.
They don't want to be hated. They don't want to fight others. Whereas a melancholy also doesn't want to get into spaces, but for them they take time to perfect a given set of arrangement such that they can do it by their own terms in the conditions that can favor them best.
Right.
Yes.
And speaking of melancholies and how you said that they are the people who take their time.
Yeah, perfectionists.
Yes, they are perfectionists. Yes. Does that mean that in regards to detail, I've met or dealt with people, I also notice it with myself, that many times you don't just throw things at them.
Yes.
For example, when you come and explain Good Morning Uganda, you don't just say that that's the show Good Morning Uganda. You have to define it. Take me through it. What time does it start? Who starts it? At what point does it start? How does it start? That detail paints the perfect picture and helps one operate best. As opposed to just saying, it's good morning, Uganda. So what? So that detail of knitting everything, does that make one a melancholy or one who falls in the neurotism nature?
That is a typical melancholy. I'll give an example. You want to take someone out and you're dealing with a sanguine. You want to take them out?
We go.
We go right away. We go. They will give up whatever they've been having on their program.
Vibes.
We go. And some other person can take them away from you.
Yes.
Probably they have more vibe.
Yes.
If you meet a conscientious individual and you want to take them out, they'll first of all ask.
Why?
Why? Because at the end of the day, they are users, they are manipulators. So they don't want to be manipulated.
Yes.
Now, if you're taking a phlegmatic out, they may accept just to please you. They may accept to make you happy, right? Now, when it comes to a melancholy, if you want to take them out, you have to tell them a month before.
Yes.
Why are we going to Cafe Javas? Which part?
Yes.
How much?
How are we dressed?
How are we dressed? Can I get their menu before?
Yes.
And by the way, if that time comes, they may tell you, I'm not ready. I know a musician in this country because I've worked with some musicians.
Yes.
I know a musician in this country. Probably you're going to have a wedding next year in June. You book them now.
Yes.
And you keep on reminding them at the end of each and every month.
Yes.
Surprisingly, June next year can come and that person calls you 2 days before to the event and like, please, Julie, I cannot make it. Where can I send your money back for booking?
Wow.
Yeah, that is someone who scores very, very, very high in it. That's someone who is too typical of a melancholy. They are very perfectionist. They don't want to be used. They operate on their own terms.
Yes.
And that is one of the biggest category of personalities that is very, very hard to work with.
To please.
Very hard to please. Very hard to work with.
Yes.
And very hard to supervise.
Yes. Interesting. A question comes through. Good morning, Uganda. I just want to appreciate the guest for his brilliant lectures. God's blessings upon him. This is Odaro Vincent from Morokatipe in Tororo. Very interesting at that indeed. Wow, the workplace and the different personalities now makes a lot of sense, and I hope, I really hope employers but also employees are tapping into this so that perhaps right now, usually for most organizations, this is appraisal season. So I hope you're not judging people by by the poor sides of their personalities, and you're now starting to understand. By the way, let me also ask, how can this be applied into appraisals?
Now, it goes back, it goes back. Actually, before even we go to appraisals, we should be in a position to identify how we design JDs, job descriptions.
Let's start there.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes.
It's very, very important. Various organizations have specific roles.
Yes.
And it starts with that. Now, we don't have to be so much inclined to ensure that everyone follows the job description. Why? Because, first of all, we should be in a position to understand that given roles change with given situations and given personalities. Like, for instance, you may have someone who scores high in conscientiousness, and these are highly gifted people. In supervision. They are they are goal-oriented, they are result-oriented. Now, if you fire, probably, maybe if that person goes away from that space, and then you get that space occupied by someone who scores high in extraversion. Now, you have two different personalities. You're still using the same method, and they still have the same job description. Results are going to be different. Why? Because someone who scores high in conscientiousness, they don't have to be told what to do. They go through the job description, everything is here. Actually, they will even outperform. They will even go beyond their expectations. Right? And then you get someone who scores high in neuroticism, and you place them there. You're still using the same methodology, and you're still using the same measurement scale. Results are going to be very, very hard. So before we even get to that, people need to understand that human beings, we are not the same. Not just by name, not just by gender, but even in terms of personalities. And surprisingly, these are innate. I mean, they are so much hidden into our own beings. So it's very, very important that we match a measurement. We come up with a measurement scale. And that's why Human Resource Office, actually, you go to an organization and then there's only one person, the human resource. This should be a department. It should be a department because it's the powerhouse of the organization. It should be a department with people of different what? Actually, we should start with instituting the department. Make sure that you have each and every person. If you can't have someone that understands the personnel psychology, you should have people of different personality types. I'll give you an example. We want someone to get fired, and you're giving that job to a choleric. They will fire that person at the gate. Why? They don't care. They don't want to know why you're not performing.
Yes.
Because they can't understand how you get paid and you fail to perform. Now they are goal-oriented.
Yes.
Now you get a sanguine and you tell them to fire someone. The first guy will say, Julie, you're going to be fired, but please, I'm not part of that. Because they won't be loved, right?
Yes, yes.
And then you get a melancholy and you tell them to fire that person. They will take time because they will think about a lot before getting that done. Can we give them a second chance? Can you know? So the point is, it's very, very hard to come up with a uniform structure that's going to ensure that everyone is catered for. But the organizations should try. But having that at the top of their mind, that human beings are the same.
Right.
And even our output is not the same. Yes, please.
And our deliveries are different.
Very different.
Now, if you, I think it's also possible to rely on one personality type unknowingly. What is the danger in that?
The danger is, life is not the same. Like you just can't wake up and have the entire a good day throughout, you know. There's that moment when you're low, there's that moment when you get high and all that. Actually, we don't have any good and bad personality. Now, the good and bad comes in if this person is misplaced. I don't know if you're getting it. You get a person who scores low in, who scores high in agreeableness, and then you're making them supervisors.
Yes.
Definitely goals are not going to be made. Why? They don't want to tell people what to do. They don't want everyone to say.
They'll agree with the people they supervise.
They agree. And tell them, the reality is people will get disoriented from organizational goals and objectives. You understand?
Yeah.
So the idea comes from placement. But if you place someone in an environment where they are supposed to thrive, one of the best quotations that I've made is one by Albert Einstein.
Yes.
It's like making a fish to climb a tree,
tree,
or making monkeys swim.
Swim, yes.
Definitely. That's exactly what you're trying to talk about here.
Yes.
So when someone comes in, we should be in a position to put them on probation. Probation is a space that allows us to study who's Julie, what do they do best. Then the other part is...
So probation is actually a period allowing employers to understand you as someone they want to work with.
Definitely.
Not a time of you working to see how best you can work or how much you can work, so that maybe they determine how much to pay. Or
Definitely.
Because most times probation is leaning on the employees more than the employer. But now it makes sense if it comes from a place of understanding IQs and how effective people can work. It's understanding where this person works best.
Yeah. Allow me to give you an example. One of the biggest areas where this has been studied is football.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, the football clubs have a lot of money. The English Premier League, the Spanish, you know, they have a lot of money and they employ so many people. I'll give you an example. When you get an individual, it's very, very paramount. I mean, it should be incumbent on an organization to get to understand who have we brought in. I'll give you an example. Manchester United had a player called Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ronaldo, yes.
Cristiano Ronaldo was too much of a winger when he was Manchester United. Now, when Real Madrid got him from Manchester United, they placed him like a serious scorer. Now they placed Benzema this side and they placed Gareth Bale the other side.
Right.
What Cristiano Ronaldo did in Real Madrid triples what he did in Manchester United. You understand?
Yes.
Why? They got to understand why they got him from Manchester United, because Manchester United was playing him almost on the wing side. And these guys were like, no, this guy can become a better performer when it comes to scoring. And what Cristiano Ronaldo did was just amazing.
Right.
So you must have people that are like, okay, we brought in Julie as a human resource, but Julie's best here. Can we really try to change? That is if you really, I mean, if your vision is to ensure that everyone performs, and if your vision is entirely based on maximizing each and everyone's potential in that space of work. So we don't have to be, we don't have to have a predetermined mind that the person is supposed to be here. No way. It's very, very important during that period of probation to study an individual such that we can get the best out of them. Because it's like having Cristiano Ronaldo and then you're giving him a defensive role.
Yes.
He can do that,
yeah,
but that's not where he can perform best.
Yes.
So the HR department should ensure that we get people placed according to their own abilities.
Right.
And you have that space. Let us use the probation. Sometimes probation in organizations just 1 month. I guess 1 month is not enough. At least we should stretch it to 3 or 4 months.
Right.
That's a very, very big time at least to have, you know,
Or
to let someone
probation.
reveal,
Yes.
express themselves.
Right.
The negative, the positives, and then probably they can pay down to a contract.
That is their SWOT analysis.
Then after that, we should get to understand that even the job description should change then. Job description should change to fit the needs of the individual that you've
Right.
understand?
Yes.
Now, also IQ comes in because you cannot run away from IQ. You might have brought me in as a manager. I'm the overall guy on top of that. But I'm very slow when it comes to problem solving. I don't want to listen to people's problems. I am not going to be a good manager. You understand? So it's that space that allows us to make changes such that this individual can be positioned in the place where they can perform best for the good of the organization.
Right.
Yes, please.
Let's have a look at some of the comments coming in. And we do have, oh, wow, this is very interesting. This is Samu Pio. Thank you so much for being on the show. Good morning. Some clarification on if autism is related to personality or not. This is Robert from Arua. Please clear that for him.
Yeah, I think I talked about it a little bit earlier.
Yes.
Autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder. There are some, maybe we shall get time and talk about the psych disorders.
Yes.
Such that people can understand. Because I have a friend, she is current Miss Uganda. She wrote something because she has a young brother who is so much autistic and all that. And she's trying to do some good awareness about it. Now, autism, like I said, it's a neurodevelopmental disorder. It's a problem that affects infants. And it can be transferred from one individual to another.
Right.
Chances if a parent has it, they may pass it over. But in a way, it means that a given parent, somehow, somewhere, they have metals in their system, like I talked about. Actually, autism means you have metals that are almost equivalent to a full teaspoon.
Wow.
Yes.
That is
How do you
huge.
get the metals into our systems? It's from the inorganic foods that we eat and from the air we breathe. Now, if a parent takes in, chances are almost 800% that their kids are going to get affected as well.
Right.
So autism is very, very different. Maybe there is some other personality type that we call it a dark triad. I think people are somehow trying to take us there. There's what we call a dark triad.
Okay,
Now, a dark triad.
What's that? Yes.
Yes, a dark triad, it's a personality kind of observation where we talk about people who have some mental disorders, but they use them so selfishly.
Okay.
Yeah. Number one, the first one is called a narcissist. I don't know if you've ever heard of narcissism.
Yes, narcissism.
A narcissist is an individual who is too much into themselves. We call it grandiosity. They elevate their self-importance. Someone comes around and they're like, Julie, without me, everything cannot go on.
Everything operates around them.
Around them.
Life must operate
in a
around
conversation,
them.
in a relationship, they have to be on the top. And they use that to exploit each and every person. You know, we call it grandiosity. Their self-image is elevated. Their they think that they're the most important in each and every part of narrative.
Yes.
Now, this person is very, very dangerous. Actually, how narcissism came about, it was some story that you get from the Greek mythology. In Greece, Narcissus was a very, very, very handsome young man.
Yes.
Very handsome young man. And so many women would come and probably think that would get into relationships with them. But each and every person that would come, this guy would turn a deaf ear. So they said the goddess of love, Aphrodite, cuts him. He got cast and it made him to sit at a pool of water.
Right.
So when he sat at a pool of water, he would look at his own reflection each and every time. And then instead of falling in love with other people, he fell in love with his own reflection. And that's how he died. So narcissism, that is the Greek mythical part about narcissism. It's an individual who loves themselves more than any other person.
Right.
And this person can do anything to ensure that they keep that status.
Right.
They are very exploitative, they are very manipulative. They manipulate other people to maintain. That's the first one. And the second one is what we actually all of us are narcissistic at a given period. But our level of narcissism varies. We have medium, mild, and extreme. So someone who scores high in narcissism,
Yes.
that's the individual is very exploitative.
Right.
Yes. So the second one is what we call a psychopath.
Yes, yes.
Now, a psychopath is an individual who takes a lot of pride in seeing other people suffering. They are sadists.
Yes.
They enjoy causing pain to others, and they don't care. Like they are very callous in their own kind of behavior. They don't so much feel the pain. Their level of empathy is almost nothing. They don't have any kind of empathy. Now, that's a psychopath.
Right.
And then the last one is a Machiavellian. Now, a Machiavellian is the highest level of manipulation. Yes. So all those also come in,
Yes.
but we talk about them in the extreme.
Yes.
So we have a psychopath, a narcissist, and a Machiavellian.
Right.
All these are personalities. We call it the dark triad.
Yes.
These are the individuals who want to boss over in each and every situation without regard to the rest of other people.
Right.
They have to be in a relationship, even if it's a place of work. This is an individual who wants to exploit others such that they take pride. Like they give an assignment, you get it done. When it comes to reporting, they have to see their faces there.
Right.
You send them an email of the responsibility that you executed, they send it to the final boss. Because at the end of the day, it has to be them that do the best regards to the boss. You say like, hey, Julie is good at functioning, just like that.
Right.
So these are three, and they are very, very evident in workspaces.
Now, time is against us, and next we have you, Dr. Charles, is to actually look at the extremes of these dark triads, but
Yes.
in the places of work, and how actually each one of us can have them even without knowing.
Yes.
It would really be a beautiful conversation to look forward to. But for now, let's have your parting shots. We'll definitely have you in the next session, because this is white. This is white. What are your parting shots?
Thank you so much for having me. I think it's right now, in the era where we are,
Yes.
everything is convenient.
Right.
Human life, our own experiences of life have been made so convenient. But I can tell you something, we live in the most convenient times, but we are the most highly depressed and stressed generation that has ever lived on this planet Earth.
Right.
Do you know why? It's because of misplacement and not knowing who we are as individuals.
Right.
When you get to know who you are, you're going to get into a relationship on your own terms. When you get to know who you are, you're going to choose your own career that fits you. In other words, it is because we don't know who we are that we get stressed and depressed, and we keep on demanding the best from other people, thinking that when the other person understands you, they are going to make your life better.
Right.
But I want to say that the best way you can make your life better is to understand who you are and how you operate.
Right. Somebody
so
says that if only my ED is tuned in to this program. Anyways, somebody also comes through and says, great guest there. You are highly appreciated. We'll definitely have him back on the show. Thank you so much. That is Dr. Charles Semalulu Kek, and he is the CEO of Seek Solutions International. How best can one reach you?
Yeah, maybe I can give out a number today.
Yes, please. Read that number.
Yeah, my number is 0743 227851.
Right.
Yes,
thank
please.
you so much, Dr. Charles. And thank you so much for being on the show. It's Good Morning Uganda. Today is the 18th day of July. And for me, it's the day I get to celebrate my father's birthday. It's his birthday today, 18th of July. So to my father, to my dad, happy birthday to you. And lots of love. I couldn't forget this day because you never forget mine as well. He always sends me that birthday shout out at midday. He's always midnight. He's always the first person to wish me a happy birthday, and it's an honor for me to give him a special one today as well on the national broadcaster. Also, today happens to be a birthday of Keen, who is a presenter of to our sister station U24 television. She loves fashion and music, and we wish her the best on this day. To everyone else celebrating their birthday today, happy birthday to you. Good Morning Uganda does continue. We do have a musician on the show, and of course movie recommendations. Good morning.
Live from UPC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Topic of the day on UBC.
One-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
A weekly face-to-face conversation focusing on accountability, inspiration, information, and sensitization of the public from the various sources, such as inspirational profiles.
Having a disability is not inability.
Every Friday 9 p.m., it's one-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
Don't you see anywhere that you would give a credit in the fight against COVID?
My role as the owner of the country is not to, be preoccupied by giving credit to my servant.
We have said that if we are to talk to General Museveni, there must be certain conditions in place.
Is it true that you paid 5 million shillings to MPs that voted for?
Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, you can now get all the chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
My friend, when the SOAS started, I went to 3 different local clinics. Can you imagine I spent money on creams, pills, even injections? Nothing worked. I didn't know it was Mpox. By the time I tested for Mpox, I had almost spent all my savings. How I wish I had gone straight for the Mpox test. I could have saved that money and time and started healing sooner.
That's true. When you notice a rash of fever, go to the nearest health facility immediately for checkup. It saves time and money.
Yes.
For more information about Mpox, call the Ministry of Health toll-free line on 0800 1066 or send a free SMS to your report on 8500. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health Uganda with support from UNICEF, WHO, and its partners.
Hello, hamjambo. My name is Twea. Welcome to Swahili with Twea. Let's continue with personal pronouns in their plural form. Tuendelee na viwakilishi nafsi katika wingi. Sisi. Sisi. We. Sisi ni walimu. Sisi ni walimu. We are teachers. Sisi tunafundisha. Sisi tunafundisha. We are teaching. Nyinyi. Nyinyi. You. Nyinyi ni wanafunzi. Nyinyi ni wanafunzi. You are students. Nyinyi mnasoma. Nyinyi mnasoma. You are studying. Wow. Wow. They. Wao wanacheza. Wao wanacheza. They are playing. Can you practice this? Very good. Vizuri sana. See you again. Tutaonana tena.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archive stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
This August, Africa gathers again. The passion, the pride, the beautiful game. It's Chan 2025. At the heart of the action, Uganda, the Pearl of Africa stands ready. Not just with a world-class stadium, but with open arms for every African nation. Nambole and its floodlights are already welcoming. From Kampala to Karamoja, our stadium is set. The pitch is perfect, the stage is built, and the spirit of Uganda is unmatched. Come feel the rhythm, taste the warmth, and witness hospitality like no other. Uganda welcomes all of Africa for a Chan like never before. Chan 2025, unity, passion, victory, and it's all happening right here in Uganda. Don't just watch history, be part of it.
Our program of poverty eradication is a must. We want everybody to be involved.
Through the parish development model, Ugandans are starting small but impactful projects to improve their livelihoods.
When we give 1 million, we know it's not enough to do many things, but it's a starting point.
I'm a PDM beneficiary, a farmer. Your Excellency, I was given 1 million Uganda shillings from Kobil Kawo PDM Sako. Your Excellency, I got 20 bunches from my small piece of land, sold, got 400,000, put in the PDM farm, Your Excellency, in the PDM money, Your Excellency, I bought a cow of 1,400,000.
In 1 year, 100 families in the parish get. In 5 years, 500 families would have got.
We were the first people to receive money from Nakaprepret. I received $1 million. I rented 4 acres of land and I was able to harvest 14 bags.
So really this 1 million is enabling somebody to start something. Yes, and we don't want to give too much money to one person because we have got very many people to cover.
The parish development model empowers the people, focusing on lifting up the masses and creating opportunities that ensure prosperity for all. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance.
Juko. Yo. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Joko, I thought I was one of your friends.
You are,
but you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief, and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government, designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better.
PDM, my parish, my development, my life. This is Good Morning Uganda.
Good morning to you. Good morning, Uganda. It's a Friday, and like every Friday, like I said, we always have a musician, and today's not any different. Today we do have Sophie K in studio. She's our musician for the day, and she'll be telling us a little bit more about her. But before she even does that, I'd like to welcome you to the show in case you've just joined in. And in case you started the show with us, thank you so much for being on the show. And to be a part of the show, the WhatsApp number is 0709602592. An opportunity for you, especially if you follow Sophie K and you love her music, an opportunity for you to be a part of the show and ask questions or share your opinions, as well as show her the support that she deserves as an artist, because art is a language of expression. Once again, good morning, and let me now head to Sophie. Sophie, good morning.
A very good morning, darling.
How are you?
I'm very fine, darling. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Wow, it's my pleasure. I'm honored to be here this morning.
All right.
Yeah.
So who is Sophie K and where are you from?
Sophie K, by the names, I'm called Chirine Sophie Nakasuja.
Right.
But in the music industry, I use Sophie K. I'm a journalist by profession. I have a degree in mass communication.
Right.
But I'm a solo artist for now.
Right.
Yeah.
And where did you, when it comes to journalism, just a bit of a background, where did you do your journalism degree? Was it from
That
here?
is Islamic University in Uganda, Kampala campus, because by that time I was working with Amnesty International.
Right.
So I used to go for evening lessons.
Right.
At the same time they were.
At the same time where you started music?
Yeah, but no, it's not really. I started music something like 2 years back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's get into the music.
Yeah.
What inspired you to now take on a music career and leave any other type of career?
Music career, joining music career, I didn't start it just because since childhood I used to love music, by the way.
Right.
And I've been talented as in, I've been in different schools performing as in MDDs and so on. But when it reached like 3 to 2 years back, other brother was like, but do you know that you're talented, Sophie?
Yeah.
Why don't you try music as well? I know besides being a PR and so on at different jobs, and he was like, it's good you start music as well because you're talented.
Right.
So by that time I had to start music. I started with Umal Muranje, that is a legacy band. I was among the pioneers of legacy band. That's where I started from, but at the end of the day, I found myself being a solo artist right now because I feel like I want to stand alone for a moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you wanted your brand to be outstanding.
Exactly. I never wanted in the group for that moment.
Right.
That's why I left, but I love those people. They were so good to me, and I wish them the best.
Right. Do you take on your music career from here in Uganda?
Oh, yeah, of course. I
Right.
take them here in Uganda, darling.
Right. On that note, Sophie K has given us a brief introduction about herself. We'll leave her a moment to bless us with her talent. And when we get back, we'll definitely be delving deeper into her career and what she has for us today. 0709602592 is the WhatsApp number that you should engage and share your opinions or ask her questions regarding her music career. For now, Sophie, bless us with your talent.
Thank you so very much. The microphone is... Sophie, come. It's not on. Sophie on this one, balekebo gere, tofa kubikamba. Wamponya bijitala, lava yokwekuya, lava yokwekuyetama. Kagoya gala na yaya gala balala, no fuka chisekerera. Sophie wawe nedanit, kuulunji bandina. Na lavu joli ne yenyichi, olivela muntu wange pakaluberera. Ebintu byomukono binyuma ngolina kagala tebitama wabula ex nakuona wali wankomya ebintu byomukono binyuma ngolina kagala tebitama wabula ex nakuona wali wankomya ngekira sikwenywera siriku muzantambi chafu neta neta tulibera babiri tuti ngolulimi n'amanyo ga wansi era tutambule babiri tuti ngenswera ndikugoberera nga wolinya weninya ngenswe nsejere oro tuvenge chansi bambi weriwe kainarya era ndikuweka okutuseyo tondaza ebintu byomukono binyuma ngolina kwagala tebitama wabula ex nakuona wali wankomya ebintu byomukono binyuma ngolina kwagala tebitama wabula ex nakuona wali wankomya Kona dance Ona kwenfunyo mwana tutambula babiri tuti walinya weninya bamya talanga mwana omulungi subiza okufa kwe kulitaula babyogere mu byafaya omwana yayagala munne kankutijise baby kusoso waze kufumbire era nkuzalire alimukwatako wange ndimukubya kayondo ebintu byomukono binyuma ngolina kagala tebitama wabula ex nakuona wali wankomya ebintu byomukono binyuma ngolina kagala tebitama wabula ex nakuona wali wankomya Nakuwa mutima gwange ninkusaba okukuuma beni ngamanyi baby sweetie tolino myate pasimayiro lavu ng'omwenya ku mutima kale nze nenzikira kituufu kitegeeze omulungi ondateeko ky'oligwe kuweki okakase beni kisimbyeku ebyo nze byonfadde omukwano gwe kimbemete ompadde omulungi neyanze sirikutai mabebi siri ekyusa abengambo bakitefetwako bakimanye gwe nnina yansana tetulyeta ofe tweronda hani ekyo kimanye switi ku mutima watuka nalokinga mukazana signinga tindibawo baby chimanye beni natukata nalokinga na signinga tindibawo baby chimanye beni natukata nalokinga kumutima nze najjako switch nenkuwa kodi wegazanye wefuge olyomutata ndimuzibe jolaga jengenda kuweki okakase beni tisimye kwebyo nzibyompata omukono gwekimemete ompadde omulungi neyanze sirikutai mabeni siri ekyusa abengambo bakitefetwakuba bakimanye gwe nnina yansana tetulyeta ofe tweronda hani ekyo kimanye switi ku mutima watuka nalokinga na signinga tindibawo baby chimanye beni natukata na signinga tindibawo baby chimanye beni natukata baby nalokinga Sofike owo mukwano guno mukwano gwange nawe gwalulanga Sofike Obanda bagula bange Tabanga ya tuso wange Wetegereze simatide baba Ashinko gonje bwatude tabula Walala ndabira wa ashika tuse Nabage yabo mubaho butebe Malake emboko y'omwana Anto mulangiro wange katuse Azene sente nabayone wawe bambijazara Hey! Bali bakola sente anti katuze n'ebirabo balese abage ya mujeno omwana yalungi watula ne kulojera be baliko bemuyite mboko enkerenene ko mama wanga samubalako omwana gwe mbagamba yebuyo webale sweetie webale okonjagala baby konjagadde twagalane era tukuze eggwanga mu kuwagalana webale mukwano webale okujoka baby koze wano twagalane era tukuze eggwanga mu kuwagalana webale sweetie webale kunjagala baby konjagadde twagalane era tukuze eggwanga mu kuwagalana webale omulungi webale okujoka baby koze wano twagalane era tukuze eggwanga mu kuwagalana otukiriza bye wasuubiza twagalane tuzaale n'abaana kano koze mu lujja lwa taata abange nammwe mumuzaale amasamasa amayinja g'ennyanja omwana gwe mbagamba yeeruya ojjuziza kakunyizo taata ngambagana kalavu kereko mama wanga zamubalako omwana gwe mbagamba omwana wa tinamwe mwebala abatukama wano kwagalana mwebale mukoze n'amaanyi abataka mwagalane era tukuze eggwanga mukwa tyawangale kabaka wange ne mama n'abagereka gerekera obuganda twagalane era tukuze eggwanga mukwagalana mbasibula basseruganda naye tandene era muginyweze nnyo kwagalana mwagalane abataka mwagalane era mukuze eggwanga mukwagalana deep inside my heart love yentagazan tiontagazan no stop kesinga no mwenge wankwata don't stop baby ntolye no munda wetuka munda wetala bifumbe byonna mbisise byonna wetela tikankutume water linyota hey tinga water jobulamu botoli mbuguma kankuyite water linyota tinga water omutima wotoli mbuguma tomala wamanyi bwankuberisa gonzito baby waleta wenjaulo we wanfukirira gesulo baby wamala kechiuba lo sweet mpomelo kamala nanyona kaugula wakanywesa bitiwezala baby ntolye no munda wetala bifumbye byonna sembela kankutume water linyota hey tinga water obulamu wotoli mbuguma kankutume water linyota tinga water omutima wotoli mbuguma
us her performance. And what's the name of this particular song?
Water.
Water. Yeah. Interesting. That's Sophie K for you. And she is, by the way, live on her TikTok feed. So you could check her out and follow the feed as well. Sophie K is her name on TikTok as well. So Sophie, how many songs do you have so far?
I have 7 songs.
7 songs.
Yeah.
And when did you produce each of the 7?
Wow, I think in a period of 2
years.
Yeah.
Which one's your latest?
Kuliyo and Nalokinga.
Right.
Currently 2 weeks to come, I'm going to shoot my video on Kuliyo. And in December, I'm going to shoot my video for Nalokinga because it's based on a true story.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, a true story. And it's your life story.
Yeah, Nalokinga. I don't need any other man. I have someone.
Oh, that's beautiful. And Sophie's someone, you're blessed. I must say, you are even in a song. Why did you choose music as your point of expression?
As in to
express your
my
life,
love,
yes,
my life.
Yes, yourself.
Because in music, it's like education. We can pass on anything through music.
Yes.
We can educate through music.
Right.
We can teach. We can be there for someone through music.
Yes.
So I decided to go using music, reason being that it touches people's hearts.
Yes.
So even my boyfriend, I decided to make him a song just because I know it could be reaching him anywhere he is because currently he's not in Uganda.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Now, give us your parting shots, what you want us to do with your music. How can we stream it for starters? Where can we find it?
All right, you can find me on TikTok, Sophie
Right.
K, 8I2, and also I'm on Facebook. You can also find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sophie K.
Have you uploaded it yet on streaming platforms, music streaming platforms?
Of course, darling.
Right. So
Yeah.
that means to any streaming platform, be able to find Sophie K's music and get to buy it and enjoy it and add it to your playlist as well. Which other platforms do we find it? Do you have a manager? How do we get in touch with you if we
No,
want?
right now I don't have manager. I manage
Right.
my music.
Right. And how
Yeah.
can we get in touch with you in case we want to work with you?
Wow, you can use my number.
All right. Please share your number.
Yeah, 0708 461 488.
Right. Say it again.
0708 461 488.
All right. That is Sophie K for you. Please share your parting shots with us.
Wow, thank you so very much. Sophie K, thank you so very much for viewing. Thank you so very much for hosting me this morning.
All right. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, do you mind if I say regards?
Yeah, sure. Please.
All right. I say regards to my team, Sophie K. So regards to my my parents and my family, Chirega family. Just know you guys, I love you so very much. Ashraf, you done a great job. And not forgetting my sweetheart, chicken noodles. Just know I love you so very much.
Right.
Mr. Mukasa, all the way from London.
All right.
Just know I love you so very much.
Right.
Yeah.
All right,
And
Mr.
all my
Mukasa.
fans.
You have received the message, Sophie's family. Thank you for standing by her and supporting her in this. Find Sophie's music on her social media platforms as well as all music streaming platforms and follow her there. She has shared the number if you want to work with her for your event, for whatever business you have to work with her. She has shared the number. And that's it from Sophie K and Good Morning Uganda. But we are coming back with your movie recommendations. Good morning.
This is Good Morning Uganda.
Uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
Drama, colleagues, elections for special interest groups are calling. SIGs, elections, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time to vote for our leaders. June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals. Youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time, go vote your leaders. No! Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
This August, Africa gathers again. The passion, the pride, the beautiful game. It's Chan 2025. And the heart of the action, Uganda, the Pearl of Africa stands ready. Not just with a world-class stadium, but with open arms for every African nation. Nambole and its floodlights are already welcoming. From Kampala to Karamoja, our stadium is set. The pitch is perfect, the stage is built, and the spirit of Uganda is unmatched. Come feel the rhythm, taste the warmth, and witness hospitality like no other. Uganda welcomes all of Africa for a Chan like never before. Chan 2025. Unity, passion, victory. And it's all happening right here in Uganda. Don't just watch history. Be part of it. Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Pick of the day on UBC.
One-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
A weekly face-to-face conversation focusing on accountability, inspiration, information, and sensitization of the public from the various sources, such as inspirational profiles.
Having a disability is not inability.
Every Friday 9 p.m., it's one-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
Don't you see anywhere that you would give a credit in the fight against COVID?
My role as the owner of the country is not to, be preoccupied by giving credit to my servant.
We have said that if we are to talk to General Museveni, there must be certain conditions in place.
Is it true that you paid 5 million shillings to MPs that voted for?
Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't know. You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100*21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Juko. Yo.
Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Joko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Good morning to you. It's a Friday and time for those movie updates. And if you ask me what I've been binging on, well, I've been binging on a series, House of David. Very, very interesting one. I would recommend. But looking at what we have for you today, we have Night Always Comes, and it's an upcoming American crime thriller drama directed by Benjamin Caron. From a script, especially if you love your novels and love to watch the movies from the novels you've read, it's from the 2021 novel The Night Always Comes by Willie Vlottin. It stars an ensemble cast led by Vanessa Kirby and featuring Jennifer Jason Leigh, Julia Fox, Ellie Roth, and Randall Park. Night Always Comes is supposed to be released in August, so you have plot for August. For the release will be 15th August 2025, and it's one that you should look forward to. But before you even do that, how about you catch the trailer as well?
Don't you, Ken? Yeah, it's really good. Know what it means? It means nobody's ever going to come and take you away again. You're my big brother, okay? Yeah. Mom, what is that? It's a car. Bought it. You're going to spend our whole down payment on a car? Penny's gonna be taken away, and I'm gonna be out on the street again. Is that what you want?
You want to blame me? Go ahead. I can't save you.
I'm gonna fix this. Might just need a little bit more time.
Stop. 25,000 by 9 a.m. Otherwise, it's off.
Got like 12 hours to get this money.
Hey.
I need this.
Lynette, did you see my key fob in the room?
What am I doing? I need cash.
We're not doing this right now.
I don't want you to ever come here again. Give me my shit.
It's your shit, huh?
You are dead! Oh, no.
You don't know what you're doing. There's no way out.
You may not sit there alive! Oh, they're crazy!
Kimmy, look at me. We're in it together. We're gonna do it for the family, okay?
Well, Night Always Comes is one that you should look forward to, especially it being released on the 15th of August. But if you love wrestling, this one is one that you should look forward to as well. It's a trailer, one coming onto Netflix, and it's rather in the story of WWE's Unreal. It's a new and upcoming reality show, and Punk asks fellow WWE superstar Charlotte Flair if she's pretended in the ring, and the answer is no, but with the quick caveat that if she had, she wouldn't admit to it. And the daughter of the legendary Nature Boy Ric Flair may have peed herself a little, and because she offered. Now, this is a reality show that features Triple H. It features Cody Rhodes. It features John Cena. It features Rhea Ripley, Jey Uso, Bianca Belair, and Chelsea Green, as well as Xavier Woods. The series has a 5-episode season order, with each episode clocking in at 50 minutes long. If you love wrestling, take a look at the trailer.
But my legs work, my spine is not hurt, my neck is not hurt, and I don't have a concussion. So those are my prerequisites for not complaining.
for people that think, isn't that just a bunch of guys pretending to fight? When you see the behind the scenes, I don't know how you can't fall in love with the business.
Yeah, I want to make sure it makes a noise, so it's going to be kind of thick.
Oh my goodness!
This was the biggest show of the year. I'm like freaking out, and then as soon as my music plays, I'm Rhea Ripley.
For the first time ever, we're going to show you how the story unfolded.
Creating interest for the fans. That's what it's all about.
There's all these alternative universes where you play them out in your mind as to what is the best.
What if we turn John Cena?
Is that the answer you're looking for?
Everybody wants a spot, but there are only so many available.
I had been on the road for 10 years straight. After a while, the wheels fell off.
Is he okay? Somebody tell me if he's okay.
We're all animals in the jungle. You just want to be the most exotic one.
Keep 7 shot.
That's called me a fucking gotta.
We're getting paid a lot of money to look like assholes. I'm okay with that.
It was everything I wanted since I was a little kid.
What we do can become real very quickly.
Charlotte, you ever shit yourself?
Well, that is WWE's Unreal, and I, for one, would definitely love to watch the story of the behind the scenes of what it's like to actually bring the whole wrestling package to the scene of what we always do get to enjoy. So I'm looking forward to that one, and I think I would recommend it to you indeed. Now, looking at the third recommendation, it's Wednesday Season 2. And what's it about? Well, much to Wednesday's utter horror, and the line between her school and family lives doesn't get blurred in her second year at Nevermore Academy. It gets hacked to pieces. This year, we bring the family to Nevermore, says director and executive producer Tim Burton, in a featurette available below. And that is about your family at school is the worst thing possible, isn't it? And that is the story of Wednesday Season 2. Wednesday Season 2 will be coming out on August 6th and as well as September 3rd. It will be coming out in 2 parts, but take a look at the trailer.
I promise you, my little viper, Nevermore is like no other boarding school. It's a magical place.
Howdy, Rumi.
Please excuse Wednesday. She's allergic to color.
What happens to you? I break out into hives and then the flesh peels off my bones.
Nevermore was created as a safe haven for our children to learn and to grow, no matter who or what they are.
Hello, thing. Mother and father sent you to spy on me, didn't they? Surrender?
What really happened the other night at the festival?
Sometimes when I touch someone or something, I get these very violent glimpses from the past or future. There's a monster out there. Everyone believes I made it all up. I need to find something that can prove I haven't lost my mind. Are you sure you don't want to join?
No, that's okay, darling. I don't want to spoil your fun.
I won't stop until I find the truth.
It's called a hide.
Well, apparently a hide needs to be unlocked by someone. That means I'm not looking for one killer, but 2. Of course, the first boy I kissed would turn out to be a psychotic, serial-killing monster.
You have no idea what's coming.
Should have known it was you. Unlocking a hide. Eventually, he willingly became your servant.
Tyler, honey, make Mama happy and shut her up. Please don't make this more difficult than it already is.
This will not end well for you. Enid? I'll take it from here. Not every thread has been tied up, nor every question answered. Secrets are still lurking in the dark corners of Jericho. I know the suspense is killing you.
Day season 2, quite creepy for my taste. I'm not so sure if it's one I'd actually recommend to you as a friend if you ask me. But hey, just in case you're into thrillers and horrors, there it is for you. Out of the 3, the best I think I would recommend is the reality TV show for WWE and Real. That one, I think, yeah, that one is the take home for me. But that's it for today's movie recommendations. I wonder if Ruben would consider wrestling a sport or more of entertainment. I really wonder, for someone who is a sports fanatic and an analyst at that. But he's coming up with the sports update on Good Morning Uganda. But from me to you, have a lovely weekend. See you on Monday. Good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archived stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Juko.
Yo.
What you
Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Uganda, haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
This August, Africa gathers again. The passion, the pride, the beautiful game. It's CHAN 2025. And the heart of the action, Uganda, the Pearl of Africa stands ready. Not just with a world-class stadium, but with open arms for every African nation. Nambole and its floodlights are already welcoming. From Kampala to Karamoja, our stadium is set. The pitch is perfect, the stage is built, and the spirit of Uganda is unmatched. Come feel the rhythm, taste the warmth, and witness hospitality like no other. Uganda welcomes all of Africa for a CHAN like never before. CHAN 2025, unity, passion, victory, and it's all happening right here in Uganda. Don't just watch history, be part of it.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
I'm laughing because